He's a professor at Hampton University and the advisor for the Hampton University Student Chapter. Please welcome now NABJ's historian and former board member, Wayne Dawkins.
Good evening, everyone. The last time we met here, the convention was most memorable for its mishaps. Conventioneers enjoyed the good time city a little too much. How do you explain panelists skipping their workshops to hang out in the French Quarter? One of the speakers was Mayor Loretta Glickman of Pasadena, California. One of our founders made us squirm uncomfortably. Black mayors were rare then. However, the elder just would not stop talking about the mayor's shapely legs. Let the good times roll. Even when conventioneers behaved, there were unintended screw-ups. We were bussed across town to watch actor William Marshall perform as Frederick Douglass. At the reception, we consumed gumbo and bourbon-flavored bread pudding. Marshall then gave a heartfelt performance as Douglass, but the rich food and humidity that draped the amphitheater put most of us in a trance. But seriously, hijinks, plus bruising political changes here in 1983 ended the NABJ formative years and created the modern National Association of Black Journalists. Then, the convention of less than 400 people was an election year meeting. Our fourth president, Les Payne of Long Island Newsday, lifted the young association intellectually, and now he was about to preside over a contentious meeting. Our parliamentarian resigned in order to work for a startup newspaper called USA Today. NABJ's board did not replace her, so we were without an umpire to call balls and strikes regarding meeting decorum. So the solution? New York Times man Reginald Stewart was drafted to fill in as parliamentarian. Soon, Stewart recognized a serious flaw in the election process. There were no ballots. He asked the hotel management for dozens of index card-sized telephone memo pads to serve as makeshift ballots. Now, attention Generation Xers and digital natives in the room. Back then, there was no internet, email, or cell phones, okay? The scheduled 2.5-hour business meeting took 5 hours. What ensued was members challenging each other's bylaws and resolutions. One of the resolutions was support for a 1984 U.S. presidential run by the Reverend Jesse Jackson. That proposal failed after strenuous debate. The meeting became tedious and irritating. Members left the room and returned with cocktails, retrieved from a reception hosted by newspaper executive Al Fitzpatrick. Our future sixth NABJ president looked dapper in his tuxedo, yet he was no happy camper. The extended meeting was blowing members' chances to network with Fitzpatrick's editor colleagues from Detroit, Philly, and Miami. And furthermore, we was about to stand up banquet speaker Maya Angelou. Our association presidential election was a three-way race among founder Asel Moore of the Philadelphia Inquirer, Merv Oberspin of Louisville, and Bob Reed, our third president who initiated staples such as the NABJ Scholarship Program. The election climaxed with Oberspin edging Moore by about a dozen votes. Uncle Merv, the populist, was vice president print and leader of a recent feel-good convention in his home city. As president-elect, he quickly moved to heal a fractured association of East and West Coast elites versus earthy, plain-talking Southerners and Midwesterners. Oberspin urged all members to roll up their sleeves and check their egos at the door. Under Oberspin's watch, the fifth president established a national office with a member-friendly mailing address and phone number. Oberspin also irrevocably changed NABJ's focus and openly courted mainstream news executives. Many, in turn, were persuaded to hire more black journalists at their TV, radio stations, and newspapers. As important as the election of a new president, the New Orleans meeting marked the end of old NABJ. The last of the founding members left the board. 30-ish baby boomer-aged women and men replaced them and became 21st century editors, news directors, and analysts, and NABJ leaders. The rowdy, testy New Orleans meeting was a wake-up call for NABJ's 1984 convention hosts in Atlanta. Our convention attendance tripled that year. Yes, we began a growth spurt that led to the mature organization of today. So, happy 37th anniversary in advance, NABJ.